On our small plot of land in the south of England, we grow around 80% of our food. And by that, I don't just mean fresh vegetables in summer. I mean around 80% of our total food needs across the whole year. We've been growing here since 2018, becoming a little more self-sufficient with each passing season. And over time, our year has settled into a fairly familiar rhythm. Preparation, planting, harvesting, and preserving is all guided by the seasons, the weather, and what the land is ready for. Spring is a careful balance of patience and urgency. Watching temperatures closely. Waiting for the right moment to plant out tender crops. And autumn brings other challenges. Harvesting at exactly the right moment. And storing food for the leaner months to come. Protecting marginal harvests from the first frosts and preparing for the winter ahead. This is what it really takes to feed yourself. Our land is 3 acres in total, with approximately 1 acre being native woodland, and the area where we grow food being not much over 1 acre. We reach around 80% self-sufficiency by eating a mostly plant-based diet. Crops like potatoes, dried beans, and stored vegetables form the backbone of our meals, especially through the winter. Alongside that, we grow a huge variety of fresh vegetables, fruits, and herbs throughout the rest of the year. This year we added chickens for another important layer to our self-sufficiency. And they provide us with eggs, which are a highly nutritious, high-energy food, which can be turned into a meal really quickly and easily. And this was something that really mattered to me in our day-to-day life here. Including our own eggs back into our diet also stops us from having to worry about things like if we're getting enough B12 or having to supplement additionally for that. We are finding the chickens to be incredibly cost effective. And just as importantly, they are helping us to create rich compost really fast. And with their help, we are hoping to produce all of our compost on site within the next year, closing the loop of what our land can provide for us even further. Our food forest is now 7 years old and is made up mostly of perennial plants. It provides all of the fruit we can eat fresh, with plenty left to preserve and to freeze for the colder months. The food forest is a reminder that some of the most valuable work happens quietly over years, not just in a matter of weeks or even one season. The 20% of food that we still buy in is mainly things like flour, oats, rice, sugar, and oil, along with a few luxury items like chocolate. Most of these items we buy in bulk from organic sources. We could do without most of these things if we really had to, apart from the oil and sugar, but I do love having flour in stock for cakes and breads. Self-sufficiency for us isn't about perfection or complete isolation. It's about intention. Everything we grow here is done naturally, without the use of chemicals. And we use our own combination of no-dig, back to Eden, and permaculture methods. The driving force behind it for me has always been knowing what I'm putting into my body and working with nature to support her rather than work against her. It's a commitment to ourselves, to the land, and to nature, and one that continues to shape how we live. There are always crop failures and losses every year, sometimes early on and sometimes close to harvest. So we always grow more than we need, and that's something people often remark on. But that buffer allows us to stay resilient. And it means we can share surpluses with neighbours, family and friends, or sell a little locally, which all helps. Sometimes the surpluses even come back to us in other ways, like help with mechanical work on my van. But just to be clear, we do both still work part-time off-site as gardeners as well. This lifestyle isn't about escaping work, quite the contrary, to be honest. But it is about choosing where we focus most of our energy. We've faced plenty of challenges over the years, including rodents, moles, voles, invasive weeds, changeable weather conditions. But over time, with small adaptations, we are seeing that nature always finds its balance. Nothing here is a quick fix when you make an adaptation, but it has taught me that nature does always find equilibrium if you give her the chance. The rewards and the knowledge is what makes all of the hard work worthwhile. Harvesting and eating the freshest, most nutrient-dense food possible is a pure joy. Getting to harvest our first big crop of apricots. Using our apples to make our very own apple cider vinegar. And eating fresh blueberries straight from the bush. These are the things that make us feel truly rich. Having more purple sprouting broccoli and early spring salad than we can keep up with. And those first buttery new potatoes of the year. That's the real satisfaction. Over the years, we've put systems in place like rainwater catchment, ponds, gravity-fed irrigation, we've learnt about food storage and preserving, and we've even grown our own firewood. And now we're building an outdoor kitchen that will make life a little easier here and will give us the space to share more on how we cook and preserve, and also offer hands-on experiences in the future. Everything we have learnt here has been hands-on with no formal training, just real life experience, focus, and a little help from others along the way. This way of life isn't about going backwards. It's about reconnecting with the best of our traditional and ancestral ways, while still embracing the benefits of the modern world. By sharing our journey, the successes, the failures, and everything in between, we hope to inspire others to live a healthier life, more connected to nature and to the land that can feed them. This is what it really takes to feed yourself. And every year, the rhythm begins again.